What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. Force here with some more SC2 commentary. Today's game is going to be between FXO Strelok and Mouse's HasuObs. This is a Terran versus Protoss matchup. Hasu versus Strelok here on the map Daybreak. And we're going to begin, as always, with some player information. Starting down over here in the lower left-hand spawn position, our blue Terran player, FXO Strelok. Strelok took third place at the ICSA TV Opening Cup. This was on March 31st of this year, and then on April 5th took first place at the Sennheiser Here to Win Cup number 6. His opponent in the upper right-hand spawn position is our red Protoss player, Mouse's HasuObs, who I will probably be referring to as Hasu just because of his shortened name here. Although HasuObs is his technical name, I suppose you want to call it. Again, he is our red Protoss player spawning the upper right-hand spawn location of the map Daybreak. Recently took second place at the Team Liquid Star League 4 Qualifiers EU number 5. This was on June 13th, and then on August 28th took third place at the Campus Party Europe event. And that's some player information to start off the game. Once again, guys, that comes from teamliquid.net, their Liquipedia. If you're looking for some SC2 knowledge, especially the professional player, I don't know what you want to call it, profiles. There you go, that's a good word for it. The professional player profiles on Liquipedia that basically gives a little bit of the backstory and recent tournament information. That's where I pull all of that from. Again, teamliquid.net. And starting things out here, Strelok will be going expansion first here. Places the command center right down at his natural expansion. Now, we will be seeing that barracks follow-up sometime shortly. Does not want to delay too long, else he would be very susceptible to early aggression from his opponent, Hasu. So there it is, barracks now getting placed down as he looks to formulate that frontal wall off into his main base. At the same time, coming out with that expansion right over here. Very risky going command center first. You do have to worry about aggression from your opponent. Now, one big advantage that Strelok has right now, though, is that Hasu has not scouted at all. Taking a look back over here, you can see at Hasu Vision hasn't left his base yet. Has just focused on mining. Now, this does give him a bit of a stronger economy as he is not less one worker mining, but still not having that scouting information, a little bit dangerous. Now, he's moving down to his natural here with his probe. Looks like Hasu himself going for an early expansion, a bit later than Strelok's, though. In fact, Strelok's expansion now just about finished, right at the same time as Hasu is placing down his Nexus. We have a Zealot moving out here for Hasu. This should be a scouting unit, first grabbing the tower. At the same time, SCV scout from Strelok passes that tower, moves in towards that natural expansion. So now Strelok's going to know the timing here of this expansion. There it is, moves up into the main, wants to check for tech. Check those gases, there they are, one gas on the right, none on the left. And then he's going to pull back out, probably hide that SCV, and then use him later on for some secondary scouting. We get a probe moving down over here. Looks like he might be scouting and potentially even placing a proxy pylon. Now, Zealot moving up for Hasu now, moving towards the natural expansion of Strelok. Encounters 3 Marines, which is a bit too much of a threat, so decides to pull back with that. But he got enough vision to spot the expansion. That's exactly what Hasu needed to know. Now knows the timing there of that expansion was very early. This is going to tell him, this is basically going to give him the opportunity as to whether or not he wants to push out to try to do a little bit of damage, maybe a 3 or 4 gate push, or if he just wants to kind of sit back and work on his economy as well. Again, he's going to be slightly delayed, though, behind where Strelok is because he got that expansion up a bit faster. All right, taking a look over here, looks like we do have a proxy pylon getting placed down. Excellent positioning. Sometimes you'll see the pylons over here, and even over here, looking for future drops. And also, again, potential future harass. He could warp in some Zealots and hit an expansion over here, for example. Secondary SCV scout now moving up for Strelok right by the expansion. He's going to go straight for the main. Now, what he's looking for here is the tech. Wants to see how many gateways are coming through. If there's a robo, Twilight Council, what exactly is going on. Also, of course, check that second assimilator. And there we go, moving on up, getting that scouting intel. And unfortunately, Hasu unable to stop this SCV scout. Now that we do have that stalker in play, we'll finally be able to take him out. But that SCV has pretty much scouted the entire main, so got all the information that he needed. As soon as that SCV dies, Hasu places down a robotics facility right over here. And do we have any more forward aggression? Nope, nothing yet. We do have the stalker here at this tower. Other tower controlled by the Zealot. One bunker in play here for Strelok, just in case he does see some aggression from his opponent. Besides that, sitting on 2 racks and another expansion coming through. Strelok will not be going straight into a third. Instead, using this third orbital command to saturate that main in the natural as quickly as possible. Once he gets those heavily saturated and works up a strong enough army, then he'll be moving out into a third. Likely in probably this position or this position. This is really a later game expansion trying to come out with over here. Just a bit too hard to defend. Most likely we'll see that orbital command get placed off over here. Again, once he has saturated that main in the natural fully. Main's pretty much fully saturated right now, though. Let's take a look at upgrades. We got Stim Pack research coming out. Level 1 weapon upgrade as well. Factory now coming through, allowing him to work up into a starport for double medevacs eventually. And besides that, just working out with these Marines and Marauders. Hasu, with that, a robo in play, now coming out with an observer. That is his first one making its way across the map. Second observer now coming through as well. And then moving into a robotics bay. So he will be coming out with some Colossus here out of this facility once that bay finishes. So again, it looks like Hasu has decided to not move out with that early aggression to try to push out towards the quick expanded Strelok. Instead, going to try to get those Colossus as quickly as possible. And there you go, Strelok now feeling confident in the saturation here. Is in fact moving out to his third. Again, most times what you'll see is that quick third orbital is pretty much just used to fully saturate that natural first, but Strelok with a ton of SCVs right now is looking pretty good, and he's going to start taking advantage of this expansion over here as he's calling down a bunch of mules and queuing up some SCVs. Alright, so we should be seeing Starport play shortly. There it is. Starport coming out with those double medevacs. So again, it is going to be Marine Marauder medevac. Hasu scouting out this third here now with this observer. Very strong economy at the moment for Strelok. Let's take a quick look at that. Eking out a bit of an advantage here, minerals and gas-wise. Surprised gas-wise, to be honest with you, because usually a Protoss player is much more heavily focused on gas, but we got Strelok, since he's on 3 bases, he has got 4 refineries up on the main and the natural, and a 5th refinery coming up over here at the third as well. So going very gas heavy as he continues to pump up these upgrades. Armor, combat shield, as well as concussive shells. And yeah, Strelok sitting on just a very, very strong economic lead here. Besides that, not a whole lot has happened this game. Strelok's killed off a couple workers, I guess. 3 units lost, so it looks like that was 3 probes that he's killed off. But that's pretty much it. Now we do have those medevacs in play, the first 2, and second pair now just popping out as well. And it looks like Strelok is potentially prepared to do some drop harass. Now we do have a scouting observer checking out this position. He's actually going to move first to the tower, forcing the stalker back here. Now I don't think Strelok can effectively push on this position here, but what he can do is try to hit this, and that might be what we're going to see at the moment. Hasu kind of teetering back and forth, trying to defend that natural in the third. And here comes the push towards the third. Stimmed up Bio in the front. See what he can do. Lands down the factory to try to give himself a little bit of a buffer. Feeling that that's a bit too strong of a force, though. Decides to pull back. And here we go. We're going to see an engagement. Nope. Strelok decides not yet. Unfortunately loses his factory as a result. And here comes the drop. Lifting up 1 medevac. He's going to send that towards the main while he pushes into the natural with the rest of his army, at least threatening to push here. Trying to keep Hasu's forces in this position as he now drops in the main, but a bunch of stalkers warped in there for Hasu, more than enough to defend. He's going to systematically take these Marauders out and then work his way down to the Marines. Medevac is gone, and there you go. Great defense there by Hasu. Could have been much worse. Big testament to his observer scouts here, knowing exactly what's going on at all times, and unfortunately there for Strelok, hasn't spotted that observer to scan and destroy him yet. A couple of Vikings joining the fun over here to help deal with those Colossus. We do have Hasu's army moving across the center of the map right now, pushing towards this tower. 1 Viking down. Stalkers do not have blink, but it is being researched at the moment. And Strelok looks like he was planning to drop again, but decided now to instead get his forces on the ground, push towards the center force here of Hasu, and he's stimming up and doing a bit of damage, but that force field wall keeping him at bay a little bit. Vikings trying to engage from the side, take out those Colossus. Colossus, though, nicely positioned, and Strelok is going to be forced back here. Now he still has the opportunity to just lift off and drop in the main, and that's what he's going to do. There we go, 3 medevacs now dropping in the main of Hasu. Let's see how he's prepared to defend. There was a scan in advance there, looking for army, and nothing to be seen. Strelok drops, stims up, and there goes the robo. Also forcing all of the workers off the line. And with that, pulls back. Blink Stalkers take out 1 full medevac. Almost get a second. Strelok able to pull back in time. At the same time, we got units pulling across the map towards the third of a full warping of Zealots and Stalkers, enough to force Strelok's small amount of units back. And let's take a look here at the resources lost now. Strelok quite a bit behind, 4,500 as opposed to 2,000 resources lost. So Hasu been doing a decent job of defending. Really, real big bummer though that he lost that robo there. That definitely set him back a bit. Of course, cutting back his Colossus production. Now he's transitioning into High Templar as well as Charged Zealot. The Blink research is complete. Over here, we have got some Ghosts now coming through here for Strelok, allowing for EMPs and snipes against the High Templar. No additional drops at the moment. He's working up another expansion as well, preparing to come out with a 4th base. Also a few more barracks in production, and the level 3 weapon upgrades coming through here for Strelok. He's sitting at 1-2. Just level 3 weapons, no second level of armor, at least not yet. 1 scouting marine sitting at this expansion. We also have a couple SCVs moving up, a scouting supply depot getting placed over here, and a is that the one that's being lifted off? No, another command center is actually just getting placed up here. Hasu checks this position for potential expansion, then makes his way towards the center of the map. Strelok is there, ready and waiting. Scans for observers, nothing to be seen. Speaking of observers, 1 now making its way towards the middle. And Hasu a little reluctant to engage. Now Hasu is still sitting on 3 bases. Hopefully he does work up to a 4th sometime soon. He is coming out with those 3-3 upgrades right now. Zealot gets forced back there by the Zealot. Zealot's about to charge again. Just out of range there. And a few Zealots pushing towards this. This should actually force the cancel of this expansion. Even just a small Zealot force can be so effective here. First take out the SCV, and then go for the command center itself, and there you go. So we'll be forcing a cancel over here. Strelok doesn't have enough to defend that position before these guys work it down. He might now. Is he going to try to push up, or is he just going to cancel? There's the cancel. Nice storm there. Hasu able to lay the storm right on the bulk of Strelok's forces. Strelok really didn't pull back quick enough. Here we go, though. Cloaked Ghost moving forward to land those EMPs. Nice blanket EMPs covering a large majority of that force. There are the storms. And Strelok walking right through it, taking some massive damage. As he tried to continue to chase Hasu there, walking through the storms. Again, taking hefty losses. More Ghost in production. Strelok now at this expansion. That's from the building command center that was here. Probably should be a planetary, to be honest. We're going to see Strelok push up in this expansion now. He should force his cancel, but he's about to lose everything here. Vikings trying to take a couple shots off and finish off a Colossus. They get 1 down. Still 2 left. Strelok able to escape with a few units in that medevac. Going to pull off to the bottom right corner. Try to save himself for another day. Another good thing, too, is he can use this we got a Cloaked Ghost still wreaking havoc. That's not going to last much longer, but he's getting a couple kills, actually, hilariously enough. Now trying to go for a Colossus. He's dead. Dead Ghost is dead. Oh my gosh! What are you doing? Dead Ghost is dead. Kill that Ghost. What are you doing, Hasu? Come on. There you go. Congratulations. Hasu now trying to replace down this 4th over here. Medevac looks to be coming back in action. Blink Stalker starts to poke at that medevac. Zealot takes care of the landed units, and Strelok now going to try for that natural. Some DT now coming into play, though. Look at this. 2 Dark Templar. They're going to push towards this, and they are going to do some damage. There's a missile turret, though. concerned. Spotting the DT. We should see a missile turret over here. There's a scan. Marauders take care of it. One more DT left, though. There it is. 2 kills so far. Is he going to get it before it finishes the turret? Nope. Pulls back. Big engagement coming down in the center right now. As Hasu moves forward towards the center expansion of Strelok in range of that planetary fortress. Zealot's taking some losses, but big storms on the bio doing some massive damage. Those Marauders, though, so durable. SCV's pulling forward to try to help with this engagement. It's looking pretty rough here, though, for Strelok. He just does not have a large force at all. Not enough to deal with this. Does he have reinforcements? Doesn't look like it. And Hasu's going to take out the center expansion. To respond, here comes a drop right behind the natural here. We'll try to do some economic damage. I don't know if he's going to do enough, though, to make up for the fact that he just lost his center expansion. One of his only fully available expansions as well. You can see the resources over here very low. Resources at the natural pretty much gone, and the main is, yeah, shot. Hasu now pushing towards the third, takes out the bunker without issue, forcing the Marauders back, and here come the SCVs again. Now, we do have a lot of bile this time. Does he have enough to force it back? It's going to be tough here. Takes care of the Zealot meat shield. Drop over here has been dealt with. Another storm. Oh gosh, Strelok keeps walking through that storm. That hurts. He's got bio pushing from the lower part as well. Trying to take out a few of those stalkers. There's the GG. Strelok realizes he does not have enough, was attempting to reland his expansion in the middle, which would have been taken care of there by Hasu. And we had very few units left. We had a bit of bio over here and a couple of Vikings as well, but I think he was all out of medevacs, yeah, and without those medevacs would have had a very hard time continuing to engage this force here. Great victory for Hasu. Alright, my friends, thank you so much for watching this game here between Strelok and HasuObs. Hasu ends up taking it after destroying the center expansion and just decimating Strelok's forces. Unfortunately, this game we saw Strelok sit in some storms a bit too long. I feel like was he able to get out of those a little bit quicker in a few of these situations, he may have fared a little bit better, but that does it here. Once again, guys, Hasu takes the win. Thank you for watching. If you like the content, please subscribe. And as always, keep watching and keep owning.